Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote. But they being paid, y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation.
Specifically called you out, Steve. He called out Ricky Smiley. He claimed that both of you were paid to support Kamala Harris's campaign.
Well, first of all, we're going to have her on her again, or how many other times is needed to get her into office.
To get the vote.
Brother Umar, let me say this, man. I absolutely love some of the things you say. I really, really do, man. Some of the stuff I don't always agree with, but ain't nobody got to agree with everything I say. But let me clear the air on something.
Please.
You can't hire Steve Harvey for $10,000 to do nothing.
Yes, thanks.
Let me just A that out the way. I don't know where you got that number from, but you can't offer Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. No, you can go through the industry and ask about me.
That's
Bruh, let me tell you something. Omar, let me tell you something, man. And there ain't no hate here at all, cause I like some of the work he does. I really do. Yeah. Listen, man, I don't.
He said
I don't do nothing. Nothing for $10,000. Don't even insult. Don't insult the brand equity that I've built over these 30 years of television. I just don't, man. And I'm doing this absolutely free of charge because I want this country to be in her hands as opposed to Donald Trump's hands. That's why I do it. Now, me and Ricky Smiley happen to be on the same page. Now, we Q's now, and so is D.L. Hughley. And Q's kind of run the airways of black radio.
Okay. All right.
The Q's is running the airways of black radio.
All right, Purple and Gold.
Okay. But we also understand what's at stake here. So no, I haven't received a single dollar from anybody to do what I do. And I'm doing it gladly for free. Yes. And I'm going to freely have her on here again and again and again. I am going to freely ask soft questions. I am going to freely lob the basketball so she can slam dunk all these questions. Yes.
And she
I'm going to
that.
freely sit here and agree. So the black vote is not for sale, but it is a very important block of votes that can control the outcome of this election. And if I have my way, if it is within God's will, she will be the next president of the United States, because the alternative, see, there's only two people running for president.
Yeah.
It's Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, or Donald Trump. That's the choice. So I don't know. You know, and if somebody offered you 10, you should have took it. But anybody offered me nothing. But please don't insult me and offer me $10,000.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And as we get closer to the election in November, you could expect more and more people to get online, let you know who they siding with, let you know why they don't like the other person, and campaign for whatever team they going for. Just is what it is. It's a part of the game. Nothing new under the sun. And that's the same thing that's going on right here. You're going to have people like Dr. Umar calling other people out, letting it be known where he's staying and spilling the real. Hey, I was offered $10,000 to do an interview with Kamala Harris and everything like that. Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, what y'all got going on and everything with this? What is the situation? But people like Steve Harvey missed the entire point, if I'm keeping it all the way 1,000, when he started talking about the $10,000, because he didn't say that they offered you 10 grand. He said that he was offered 10 grand. It didn't matter the amount. It was the point that he was saying he was being incentivized to basically work with Kamala Harris, campaign for her, and possibly do exactly what Steve Harvey said he's doing. Not asking her the hard, tough questions, letting her come on there and control the narrative and making it easy and light for her and endorse her. He never said they offered you 10,000, Steve Harvey, so that whole part of that conversation was pointless. It was just saying that, hey, they contacted me and there was an incentive attached to it. So that's that in itself. On top of the fact, like I told y'all, everybody got their reason of going for who they go for. Steve Harvey is saying, hey, not only do I feel like she's the person that's better to run this country, that's your choice, but you, Ricky Smiley, and D.L. Hughley are all on the same board with the front that y'all are a part of. So this is y'all reason for this. Y'all have a conglomerate and an understanding. We control the black airwaves, so that's what y'all pushing. You look at their Instagram pages, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, their platforms, very super democratic at this point in time. But like the biggest thing that Dr. Umar Johnson is saying, I got an issue with the people trying to convince, promote, and shame and tell us we tripping as black people because we don't want to vote for Kamala, like this is the thing that black men should do. And people that are entertainers, celebrities, or who have seen as been successful or popular in our culture, that we need to listen to them because of that. And it's all for the black people when nothing has been guaranteed for black people. That's my stance on it. Y'all can vote for whoever y'all want to vote for. You can look up the information on your own, choose who you want to choose. But what we not going to do is act like we should ride with somebody based off of skin color when they're not doing anything for us based off of our skin color. I don't care if y'all get every black celebrity in the game to say that we should ride with Kamala. We should vote for Kamala. She is the person. I can read my own information. They try to tell me, oh, Aunt, you don't know politics. You don't know this. You don't know that. Fam, I can read. My comprehension skills is very, very, very up to date. Very, very, very intact. I can read, I can comprehend, I can understand. It ain't rocket science, my nigga. So when you tell me I'm black and I should vote for somebody in the form of this is a black person, then I need to think that, okay, well, they gonna do something for black people. Not where I can go look at a video and say, oh, I'm not gonna do nothing only for just black people that's only gonna benefit black people, meaning you're not gonna do anything for black people. It just is what it is.
Do you support reparations for black people?
Well, listen,
again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, black people have not. For example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners. Because listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country, right?
So why would y'all then come tell us that? Now, Steve Harvey didn't say that, but that's the overall perception because they're using words in our community to shame us as black, calling niggas coons, calling niggas tap dancers, calling niggas sellouts because they don't want to ride with Kamala, meaning this is where you need to go because you black. And that's what Dr. Umar is getting at, Steve Harvey. You could go on there and ask her the softball questions. That's your platform if that's what you choose to do. But it's all, you ain't got to come tell me. I seen it bright as day of what you got going on. You can do that. That's who you endorsing. But the people on the other side need to understand we want the real questions. We want what's going to happen. What are you going to do for us? What have you done to earn our vote? None of her policies are on her website. It just is what it is. The only reason I speak on Kamala Harris because they promote this to the black community, try to shame us, say that we sellouts and things like that because we don't want to ride with her because she black when, hey fam, they ain't did nothing for black people. So come out and be 1,000 with us. Tell us 100% what's going on. Give us your actual plans. Give us an official interview and confirm and get it written down and documented what the goal is, how you gonna make this country a better place. Get the black side out of it because you're not doing nothing for black people. That just is what that is with me. You look at these people platforms, they got all this propaganda on really they gonna all get people and endorse and pay people. They gonna use propaganda on either side. They gonna pander on either side. This is a part of the game. But pandering to me off the black thing, it's not gonna work, bro. It is what it is. I've been showing this video for months now with Malcolm X. Y'all saw it on the live stream where he's specifically talking about them using celebrities and paint out entertainers, athletes in our community to look like their leaders, to look like that we should be following them, to look like they have the answers when no, these people are humans just like us. Why is it in the black community we supposed to look up the celebrities or the people who are financially successful as they got the right answers for us? No, nigga. We want the real answers. We can read, we can understand, we can comprehend, we can make our own decision. But if you're not gonna do anything specifically for black people, miss that trying to shame us and like we supposed to ride with somebody because they black. We need the answers, we need the actual tangibles, and we need the facts. Cut all that other stuff out. Y'all have fun entertaining and campaigning, but we gonna spill the real over here on Urban Politicians TV. They all gonna pander on either side. They all gonna lie. They all gonna finesse. But keep that black out of it. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.